Please refer to 6th chapter, Shashtodhyaya, and 23rd verse. We have heard this from Swami Vireshwarananda of revered memory innumerable times. Even at the time of initiation, he used to tell his disciples, remember this. So nischayena yoktavyo yogo nirvinna chetasa. The verse says, did you get that? 23 verse, 6th chapter. Tam vidya dukkha sanyoga viyogam yoga samgitam sa nischayena yoktavyo yogo nirvinna chetasa. That is called yoga. Yoga is actually viyoga. Yoga is attachment, is connected. Viyoga is getting disconnected. What is disconnected? Know that to be yoga, which is dukkha sanyoga viyogam. Dukkha sanyoga is connection with misery, sorrow, and getting disconnected with dukkha is called yoga. And second line is important. And this yoga should be performed. Nischayena yoktavyaha. Yoktavyaha means you should connect to this yoga, perform this yoga, nischayena, with great determination, with tremendous tenacity. Yoktavyaha yogaha. By whom? Anirvinna chetasa. By a person who is not depressed. A person who is constantly cheerful. A yogi, if he is not cheerful, what will people learn of him? Oh, he talks big about yoga all the time, he is so morose. Ramakrishna tradition is just the opposite. Be cheerful, be happy. Even if you feel intense sorrow, laugh. Because this will also go. There's a story of a Buddhistic monk. One king asked everybody, all the wise men, can you give me just a simple 2-letter or a small word which I'll constantly keep it in my ring so that whenever I see that I feel inspired, I feel elevated. So many people tried, and when Buddhistic monk came and said, I'll give you one word, this shall also pass. Ye bhi jayega. Etao jabe. In Bengali, ye bhi jayega. This shall also pass. He kept it there. Then he became victorious in some battle. Huge celebration everywhere. People were singing and dancing and eating and making merry. Then he looked at this. This shall also pass. Don't be euphoric. So, harsha, amarsha, bhayadvegir mukto yasachame priya. Bhagavad will say in the 12th chapter, harsha is not joy but euphoria. Oh, one wicket falls, and then everybody, they lose the match. Don't be euphoric. Take it in its stride. Yeah, I did well, that's okay. Not that you should be unhappy about it or happy about it, but excessive euphoria and jumping and dancing, avoid that. And depression also. After some time, he lost a battle. Everybody was unhappy. Oh, could you lose the battle? This shall also pass. Don't worry. After all, nothing is real in this world ultimately. Once again, I referred to revered Swami Smarananandaji Maharaj, our late president. I asked him once. I used to be very, very close to him. I asked him very frank questions all the time. Once I asked him, Maharaj, I don't see you meditating much. I don't see you doing any kind of sadhana. What is the sadhana that you are practicing? You have been in the order for 70 years. He said, give yourself up to Sri Ramakrishna. Whatever talents you have or do not have, allow him to use you in whatever way he wants. Don't think, I have so much talent, I have so much to offer, this order did not use me properly. Many people have this feeling. I have come into the mission for such a long time. That fellow is being pampered. I am not being in a job. These things normally happens. So he said, give yourself up to Sri Ramakrishna. Let him use you in whatever way he wants. And second is the jnana path. After all, everything in the world is ultimately unreal, it passes. Don't take anything too seriously. He used to give a paradoxical oxymoron, two contradictory statements apparently. Take everything seriously. Second sentence, don't take anything seriously. So then I realized the first sentence, take everything seriously, is a local attempt and effort. Globally, don't take anything seriously. Locally, take everything too seriously. From a global perspective, nothing is ultimately working. So many empires, Roman empires, and Greek philosophy, all of them came and went, nothing stayed. Nalanda University is now in ruins. The Buddhist religion, if you read Sarnath, everything is in the bowels of the earth. Belur and the temple will go after maybe 2000 years. It will be excavated and people will be doing research on this. They will say, we have discovered there used to be a center called Jaulangi in which retreats used to be performed. What are the names of people? All the names of all of you will be there in the archives, in the, in the computer. And people will do research on each one of you. Why were they inspired by this? I'm not joking. You know who said this? Swami Vivekananda said, see, I don't talk anything of the scriptures and Vivekananda, but I put some masala myself, that's all. Masala is mine. Swamiji said in the Barnagar Mutt, Amader Namguli Itihasher Patay Lekha Thakbe. Names of all of us, remember, will be written in the pages of history. Then the direct disciple said, we don't have a cloth to wear. They had only one shirt, one dhoti. All of them will copy now. When they go out, they will wear the dhoti. They didn't know where the next meal is going to come from. Huh? Pages of history. Said, wait. Now we are seeing this. So much of research on what Vivekananda ate, where he went at what time. What was this particular time? Somebody says 8 o'clock. No, it is 8:30. So much of research is going on now. Everything about Vivekananda, Ramakrishna, Sarada Devi. Have you ever seen a lecture being celebrated, the centenary of a lecture? Nowhere in the world we have seen. Swami Vivekananda's 11 September 1893. In 1993, all over the world, Swami Vivekananda's lecture in Chicago. How can lecture be centenary be celebrated? Leave that alone. Sharada Devi took her bath in the Godavari river, and 100 years later, the day on which she took baths of one lady was celebrated. Centenary. This is the power of the avatar. When the avatar comes, everything about him is glorious. That's why in the Bhagavatam and Mahabharata, etc., about Krishna, everything. The Pasyan used to say, nowhere is mentioned what Krishna ate. Except that he ate butter in childhood. What was his food? Nobody knows. So anything about Krishna, anything about your beloved, if you love somebody, everything about him or her, now the worldly love also we see. So the pages of history will tell later on that there used to be Jaurangi, where retreats used to be conducted. Let's now we are researching on the Nalanda, Takshashila and so on. Why I am saying this is, being associated with an avatar in whatever way, that is the greatest bliss. Just be associated. You may be a devotee, you may not be a devotee, you may not believe in his doctrines, you may generally admire him. Many people say, great admiration for Ramakrishna, but I don't believe him, I don't follow him. Good enough. Ramakrishna doesn't want your admiration, want your following. Suppose you say, tell God, oh God, don't digest his food. He doesn't believe in you. He says, he is my child, I will do what I want to do. He doesn't want your following, he doesn't want your admiration. He is equal to everybody. Samoham sarvabhuteshu nami dvashyosi napriyaha. The 9th chapter he will say, I'm equal to all. Nobody is specially my favorite. Nobody is what I despise. I'm equal to all. So to be associated with the incarnation of God itself is the greatest blessing. So we're talking about the Bahubala and Buddhi Bala. The third Bala is spiritual strength. The Atma Bala. When Vivekananda talked about the Upanishads, he was emphasizing the Atma Bala. Strength is what every word of the Upanishad speaks to me, every page of the Upanishads, but he equally emphasized the Buddhi Bala and the Bahubala. This is perhaps one small addition to what the earlier people taught. Just like Sri Krishna in the Bhagavad Gita, he doesn't discourage you from doing anything. Swami Vivekananda wanted nerves, muscles of iron and nerves of steel, inside which dwells the mind, made of the same material of which a thunderbolt is made. He wanted physical strength also, and he said the country got degenerated because of lack of physical strength. Even now, we are the best team in the world in cricket and football and hockey. After an hour or so, we become so tired. You can see the body language of people. And people from the West, so they can go on and on. We become terribly tired because physical illness and lack of physical strength. There is a verse in the Mundaka Upanishad, Nayam Atma Barahinena Labhya. This Atman cannot be realized by people who are weak. Shankara interprets this as Atma Bala. Swami Vivekananda says, even physically weak persons cannot realize God. That is because when the God's power flows through you, spiritual realizations pour over you, nerves will be shattered. You can't bear them. Even about Keshab Chandra Sen, Sri Ramakrishna said, when an elephant enters a small pool, the whole thing is going haywire. Enters in a huge river, nothing happens. So Keshab Chandra Sen's body and nerves could not bear the spiritual experiences that came to him. How many kinds of experiences Ramakrishna passed through? Nervous strength, the physical strength of brahmacharya. So even physically, if you are weak, Vivekananda said, you cannot realize the Atman. His disciple, very dear disciple, Sharat Chandra Chakravarti asks him, but Shankara did not interpret that way. Swamiji characteristically said, let Shankara say what he likes, but I say, without physical strength also, a man cannot realize the Atman. All the three Valas are equally important. But India emphasized the Atma Bala and perhaps overemphasized the Atma Bala to the neglect of the other two Balas. This is not my statement. The statement of Swami Vivekananda. He said, we have had a lopsided emphasis. This statement, exact statement he makes in the My Master lecture in the very beginning. In India, we had a lopsided growth. We neglected material growth. Why? The moment we discovered that realization of the Atman, you can get everything. Yam labdha chaparam labham manyante nadhikam tataha. And the famous statement in the Mundaka Upanishad, Kasmin bhagavo vigyate sarvamidam vigyatam bhavati. Sir, what is that by knowing which everything can be known? Scientists and physicists are now trying the theory of everything, TOE, the string theory, superstring theory and so on, but has miserably failed. What is that one thing? It's called Ekatma Vijnana in the Upanishad. What is that one thing? What is the master key? We have now the master credit card, universal master credit card. Anywhere in the world, any currency it will take. You have only a small card you have to carry. So what is the master card which will give me knowledge about everything? This is a question of the Mundaka Upanishad. Vivekananda says, the moment we discovered that the realization of the Atman is the key to understanding everything about the universe and God, and that is the master key, we unfortunately neglected everything outward and went inward. Inward and inward for too long, and the highest spiritual truths were discovered. And Europe, America did not exist much at that time. America is a civilization which is a few 100-year old. Swamiji says, Americans are drunk with the new wine. Hundreds of waves of prosperity and adversity have passed over my country. There are not even babies before us. We have a 10,000-year-old civilization. So Swamiji called them boys, mustached babies who never went out of Madras, daring to get up and give sermons to people with hundreds of thousands of traditions before them. Irrelevant boys, simply because you can scribble a few lines on a piece of paper and get some fool to publish them for you, using the public opinion of India. Stand back upon such blasphemy and learn your lessons. And they are trying to dictate to us because we are weak physically and we are weak financially, we are weak militarily. Therefore, Vivekananda said, be strong militarily, be strong financially first. Economic superpowers only are listened to. If you have power, if you have money, everybody listens to you. All your spirituality will not help you unless you are physically strong and you are intellectually strong, which we are, theoretically. That's another drawback. We are great theoreticians. And individually we achieve greatness. We are in the top in all the Olympic sports, even individual games. In chess, we are at the top. Boxing, archery, javelin throw, because they're individual. Two people coming together, we fail. Even in tennis, individually we are so great. Two people came together, started quarreling. Because we have never learned the art of coming together and working together. In yoga, we are in the top. Yoga is an individual game. Everything is individualistic in India, religion. Religion is never organized. Come together, all of you, thousands of people doing this and that, genuflections and prostrations together. We are nothing together. I go your way, you go my way, you go your way. The father may be worship of Shiva, the mother may be worship of Shakti, the son doesn't worship anything. All of them happily going together, nobody will interfere. It's your business with God, it's my business with my God. That's why we never learned the art of coming together. Religion was never organized and cannot be organized. Once again, Swami Smaranananda made a beautiful statement. Remember, in Ramakrishna Mission, what is organized is work. Spirituality is not organized and cannot be and should not be organized. Nobody tells me, nobody tells him what time you should meditate, what you should do. General principles have been given to you, have been trained for 10 years. Now it's up to you. So individual spirituality is my business. It cannot be organized and it should not be organized. Organized religion can never take roots in India. Swamiji said famously, beware of the organized religions. Never enter into the portals of organized religions. But work is organized. But work should be organized. We are very, very poor organizers. So when Swamiji came back from the West, before coming back, he told his disciple, a lady, I have fallen in love. Who is that blessed lady, Swamiji? No, it is not a lady. It is organization. You're skilled in organization. I'll go back to India and organize a group of people for good of the country. How much of opposition was there from his own brother disciples? Because we never organize ourselves. He said, hundreds of thousands of sannyasis moving around all over India and teaching people religion and philosophy. It's all madness. What people now need is food, new ways of cultivating food, how to grow more money. Religion is already there, it will come. It is rooted in religion and spirituality. He said, I have come to this country not to preach you religion, but bread. Bread is what we want. Don't come and preach religion to us. So, the lopsided growth, Swamiji clearly says that should be corrected now. That is the purpose of Sri Krishna, particularly in those ages, and Sri Ramakrishna in the present age. Swamiji always compared Sri Krishna with Sri Ramakrishna. Point of samanvaya. How Sri Krishna, all the religious ideas, philosophical ideas which existed at that time, how he beautifully harmonizes in the Bhagavad, Jnana, Bhakti, Karma, Yoga, Sankhya. Even how wicked people behave, how good people behave, Sattva, Rajas and Tamas. It's a complete book for the guidance of humanity, just in about 500 verses. Sri Bhagavan Uvacha is much less, among the 700 verses. Swami Vivekananda said, just like Sri Krishna did in the olden times, the harmony, in the modern times Sri Ramakrishna has done that. He wanted religion, spirituality and work, secular and the sacred, relative and the absolute, finite and the infinite, this world and the other world, all of them should be harmoniously combined, for which a great Maha Mantra which his Guru gave him, Shiva Jnane Jiva Sheva, from which there's an individual effort, individual enterprise, from which collectively he coined the word Atmano Mokshartham Jagadhitaya Cha. Even though we do not know what is the source of this. Was it coined by Swamiji? In the scriptures we don't find this. But geniuses, spiritual geniuses, and coin new mantras. The Atmano Mokshatam Jagadhita is the mantra for the organization. Shivajnane Jiva Shiva is the mantra for the individual engaged in spiritual service. So the Atma Bala, in which we specialized for centuries and millennia after millennia, kings gave up the thrones, intellectuals threw away the books. The one aim was to realize the self. How do you get Atma Bala? Famous story of Vishwamitra and Vasishtha you must have heard. Once again we heard it from Swami Mukhyanandaji. Very powerfully, passionately used to tell the story. Vishwamitra, as you know, was a great king. Vasishtha was a hermit. In a small ashrama he lived. But Kamadhenu was with Vasishtha. Vishwamitra said, Kamadhenu should be in my kingdom. What will that poor hermit do with Kamadhenu? He went there with all his army. Vasishtha, he called her. Vasishtha came, sir, what do you want to say? I will take away Kamadhenu. What will you do? You're a hermit. You're a beggar. If he or she is with me, I can do so much good to society. He said, reverentially, respectfully, sir, Kamadhenu will not go away from me. Ashrama, please don't attempt it. What? Do you know who you are speaking to? I am Vishwamitra, the great king. Sir, I know, but Kamadhenu will not leave this place. Say that again. Sir, you are a great king, but Kamadhenu will not go from here. I will throw all kinds of weapons on you. I also know. Then Vishishta came on Brahmadanda. Brahmadanda is a small stick made of wood, but it was symbol of Brahman. Brahmashakti put it there. He went on throwing all kinds of weapons. Brahmadanda swallowed Swaha. The last and the most powerful weapon is Brahmastra. You know the difference between Shastra and Astra? Shastra is actually weapons. Astra, with some mantra, with some incantation, has been charged with some power. We talk about the Agni Astra, Vayu Astra, etc., etc. So Brahmastra is supposed to be the most powerful, invincible. Nobody can stand before the Brahmastra. And normally it is not used by kings, rishis. Vishwamitra was a great rishi also. All the kings were great, powerful people. Normally they don't use it, but it can be used only once. Once it is gone, you can't reuse it. So he was so irritated, so exasperated and angry. What? I will use Brahmastra against you. Then he threw the Brahmastra, that Brahmadanda, Swaha, it swallowed that also. What? What is the power that you have, Vasishtha? I don't know. He simply bowed before him. Tell me what is the secret of your power. Even Brahmastra could not help. Then the famous statement, which is the bedrock of all the spiritual heritage and the legacy of India, millennia upon millennia, Adhik balam, Kshatra balam, Brahmatejo balam balam. Fight upon your Kshatra bala, military power, and the Bahubala and the Buddhi bala. Brahmatejas, Atma Bala is the greatest. How do you achieve this? Intense tapasya. Tapasa Brahma Vijignasasva That in Taittiriya Upanishad, that has been the burden of our song. Do tapas. What is tapas? Shankaracharya quotes very often from the Vishnu Purana and Mahabharata also it occurs. Manasascha indriyanam cha aikagryam paramam tapaha. The ekagrata, concentration of the mind and the senses on the ideal is called supreme tapas. Then gave up the throne, gave up everything, took to the life of a hermit and went incense tapasya. See, look at this. Vivekananda says, kings renounce their thrones for this one Brahma Vidya. And we are getting it so easily at his feet. The rishis had so much of tapasya they used to do. So Ramakrishna says in the Gospel of Ramakrishna, he says, how much the rishis used to do tapasya. Early morning they will go, whole day they will meditate on Brahman, hardly eating anything. So we don't need to do anything because everything has been done by Ramakrishna himself. I have done everything for you. I 16 tank korichadu or 1 tank kor. That means in Anna, in those days, 16 Annas make 1 rupee. So I have done so much, only one small part you should do. And we are so lazy and so fickle, you say, even that part, can you not do it for ourselves? Mother said, that also I can do, provided you have faith in me. That's not easy, that's the most difficult part. Went intensest tapasya, came back. Now recognize me as a rishi. Yes, you are a Rajarshi. What? Rajarshi? Raja convert into rishi is Rajarshi. No, I want to be recognized as Brahmarshi. Again he went. Intensest tapasya for 1,000 years. In our Puranas, 1,000 to 10,000 is nothing. Some zeros you should drop. Came back. His face is glowing with Brahma Tejas. The luminosity of Brahma Vidya. Now, what will he say? Yes, you are Brahmarshi. No. Vasishtha should say, I am a Brahmarshi. Then the approach Vasishtha said, yes, you are a Brahmarshi. So even now, particularly in Tamil language, I know other languages also. Ure Baba, Vasishtha mukhe Brahmarshi. Vasishtha vayala Brahmarshi solrane. That means, Vasishtha was so critical of Vishwamitra, even he recognizes. So some people are very critical about everything. So when they praise something, that means it's something worthwhile. That is the idea. So this is the story of Indian spiritual legacy and which we are inheriting from Ramakrishna Vivekananda, just like that. No tapasya, nothing, come to Jaurangi, all air conditioned, and you have the best of food possible. And if you can't walk, you have totos also to carry you. Only please be serious. Just try to meditate for some time. Even if you sleep, now and then doesn't really matter, but don't snore. Somebody said, I had a sound sleep. I mean, so much of sound he made.
In our training center, there used to be an Acharya, very senior. Say, Maharajara, apnara class e gumaben, into balishti niyasmen na nag dagben. You can sleep in the class, no problem, but don't bring the pillow or don't snore. So today morning also somebody was snoring doing meditation.
It doesn't matter.
By his side, please wake him up a little, otherwise it becomes.
Actually, you know why we...
Nice place.
You know why people... No, not only that. When the mind is calmed down, it lapses into tamas, usually. Tamas and sattva look alike. Unless the mind has been sufficiently purified, it lapses into tamas. But no harm. If you sleep before Ramakrishna, even that is a great punya phala.
Yes, but you should not snore and disturb others.
No, others... no, but snoring also should be taken as a mantra. No, I will tell you. I am quoting only from the Gospel of Ramakrishna. Adhar Sen was a deputy magistrate. He was so busy. He was very much devoted to Ramakrishna. He used to come after the office hours, whole day's tiring work, and he used to come and sleep off. You know what Ramakrishna said? No, allow him to sleep. And he said, after all, he is sleeping in my presence. Even that is good. You sleep in Ramakrishna's presence. If you believe that I am sleeping in his presence, what do children do? children are awake and meditating. Children, when they come to the mother, they simply sleep. But as he says, let others meditate. But if some people can look at the snoring also is mantra. You synchronize Om with the snoring. Om, Om. So everything is only his mantra. Doesn't matter. The Lord is infinitely compassionate. Believe this. Infinitely compassionate. If Ramakrishna is so serious, and Vivekananda sometimes was very harsh, we have our dear mother, you go and see, this man is too serious. Don't worry, come to me. How many instances are there? Remember, usually women are very jealous of their possessive of their husbands. That's what we usually hear. We have no experience of that. Possessive. Here is one woman, not only not possessive, one mad lady, eccentric Pagli. She used to come to Ramakrishna and Madhura Bhava in the husbands. All the disciples were so irritated, angry, and they said, pull her by the hair and throw her out. One disciple said, okay, Bali Dita par, I can only cut her to pieces. What is that she are doing? Sri Ramakrishna himself was so irritated. At odd times she will come. Ramakrishna is lying so ill at Kashipur, no security. Suddenly she is enter and he is helpless. And Ramakrishna also expressed his irritation and anger. You know what mother did? Mother could not come out. In those days, they were so shy, they would not come out before men openly. She sent word, that woman, called her and said, hugged her and said, Ma, wo to virakta hoy, or kache jachhish ki na, amar kache aina. He gets irritated and angry. Why do you go to him? Come to me. Can any wife say that about the husband? For this one sentence, she is a Devi. Let her Bhagavati, let her be Durga or Kali. Just look at Sarada Devi from the human point of view. This is a great exercise for all of you. Just human point of view. How can such a person be completely and totally devoid of jealousy, devoid of envy, devoid of ill feeling towards anybody? Only compassion, only karuna. And Adveshta Sarvabhutana Maitra Karuna Evacha in the 12th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita. Nirvairas Sarvabhuteshu is Samameti Pandava, 11th chapter, last shloka, 11.55. All these, they are examples, they are incarnations of these great virtues. That's why Mahapurush Maharaj said, Swami Shivananda Ji, what Upanishads will you study? Study our lives. We are here to talk about them because they are the representatives, the Pratimurti. They are the visible manifestations of these great virtues. Now, we found out that bhakti leads to jnana and jnana leads to bhakti, and therefore bhakti and jnana are two identical things. Therefore, how many yogas are there, how many paths are there? They are just two paths. One is jnana yoga, stroke bhakti yoga, both in one. The other is karma yoga. And Raja Yoga is a technique and not a path. That's why Swami Vivekananda, when the famous emblem which he drew, which arose in his pure mind of the Rishi, in a stroke of artistic and spiritual genius. Jnana in the symbolic, the Surya, rising sun, is symbolic of jnana, lotus of bhakti, wavy waters of karma. And he put the yoga not as a separate path, encircling all the other paths. Concentration, yoga, meditation is necessary for jnana, necessary for bhakti, necessary for karma also. And if these are harmoniously combined, the vision of the Paramatman in the form of this swan in the picture, Paramahamsa, is attained. And out of his infinite compassion, Swami Vivekananda gave the sannyasa mantras to everybody. I very often wonder, this got kept so secret. Even sannyasis also will discuss it in silence, between themselves. Tanno hamsa prachodayat is a mantra given to sannyasis at the time of sannyasa. giving you the secret because Swamiji has revealed it to everybody. Swamiji gave this mantra to the whole universe. May that swan, may that Paramahamsa, may be the source of inspiration. Swami Bhajananandaji explained it to me saying, now our inspiration is from the senses. What is the source of our inspiration? My eye says, you look at this. My ear says, listen to this. My tongue says, taste this. My nose says, smell this. My skin says, have the touch, pleasurable, non-pleasurable touch. Our whole inspiration comes from the senses and the mind. Now, as a sadhaka, spiritual aspirant is praying, may the supreme swan, Paramahamsa, be my inspiration. Tanno Hamsa Prachodayat. May he kindle my consciousness. May he awaken my higher intelligence. May he be the source of inspiration. The moment the supreme swan takes over the job of giving you inspiration, you are always on the right path. That is the meaning of the Gayatri mantra, Dhiyo yo na prachodayat. Remember, Gayatri doesn't talk in singular. May my consciousness be awakened. Na means asmakam. All of us together, may our dhi, consciousness, higher intuitive intelligence, medha, pragya, be awakened. Once that is awakened, spiritual path becomes so easy and smooth. It can be awakened through bhakti also. So Sri Ramakrishna says, even through bhakti, intense bhakti, the kundalini is awakened. Through intense bhakti, kumbhaka automatically takes place. So this is the idea. And who is an incarnation? The first statement in the Khandana Bhava Bandhana, incarnation, avatara is somebody who breaks the bondage of samsara. Khandana Bhava Bandhana Jagavandhana Vandito Maya. He cuts the bondage of the samsara. In the Hindu religion, Sanatana Dharma, the only aim of everybody, whether it's a householder, a man, woman, child, even a dog or a cat, Swami Vivekananda says they have the right for samadhi. Many of our dogs, one dog was moving around, perhaps it came here to meditate. Next life he should be brahmachari or sannyasi moving around here. Everybody in the Punya Bhumi of Bharatavarsha, if you go to Uttarakhand, the Himalayas, now things have slightly changed. The animals, the cats, how calmly they move around. When I first came to Uttarakhand in 1978, we city dwellers always are suspicious about everybody. I had a small bag, I had to climb the Kedarnath. There are shops in which you can keep the bag and come back. I kept it there and told the shopkeeper, will you give some receipt? क्या बोलते हैं? इधर रख दीजिए. You come and throw the bag somewhere in the street, come back after 10 years, it will be there. This is Uttarakhand. This is Rishikesh. This is Kedarnath. This is the Deva Bhumi. I heard at that time, I don't know now, everybody wanted to be posted in the police station, all the constables and the police officers to Uttarakhand. They have no job. No thief, no wicked people, no crooked people here. Even the cattle, the animals are so calmly moving around. Hundreds of thousands of sannyasis and rishis and munis, for millions of years they have been doing tapasya. Santo bhumim tapasa dharayanti. There is a statement which I heard from Dr. Sarvapalli Radhakrishnan. The whole world is being born. Whole world is being supported by the tapasya of the great saints and sages and the munis and rishis. And we are the children of those rishis. Swamiji said, be proud of that. When we say the Gotra, Gotra is the rishi. I come from Vishwamitra Gotra, Shandilya Gotra, then Srivatsa Gotra. That means that rishi, that lineage I have come. I am not an ordinary person. I may have lost something now. I remember those great rishis. Be proud of that. Anarjajushtam masvargyam makirtikaram arjuna. The Lord chides scolds Arjuna in the very beginning of the Gita, Anarya Jushtam, you are Arya Vamsha. You come from the great Rishi Vamsha. Why are you behaving like this? Be proud of your lineage. Swamiji says, I am a very proud individual, not because of myself, because of the great lineage, the pedigree in which I come. I am proud of my country, I am proud of the rishis, proud of the great tapasya, proud of the greatest spiritual truths they gave free to the whole world. Later on, Brahmanism came and they monopolized this knowledge. Swamiji says, whole history of religion in India is a tussle and a conflict between the priests on the one hand and the prophets on the other. Priests, because of their selfishness, particularly Brahmins, wanted to monopolize knowledge. Stri Shudras cannot study the Vedas. All of you are studying the Vedas because of the infinite compassion of Swamiji. I tell the women are the predominant everywhere. Women only keep religion alive. And most of the husbands follow what the wives say. And therefore religion cannot be removed. This is a QED. Because no woman can be anti-religious. They may try. It is there in their blood. Prakriti will force them. They are Devi Amsha. And therefore men will naturally follow the women. So, and they were denied the Vedas. Because if they learn the Vedas, they will be on the top. So how to deny all these holy scriptures? Stri and Shudra should not study the Vedas. Who said this? Bhagavan did not say this. Striyo Vaishas Tata Shudras Tepiyati Param Gatim. The Vedas don't say this. Later on, some of the Brahmins, selfish, extremely self-centered and jealous of others taking away their knowledge, they will not give knowledge to others. Most of the knowledge died out because of that. They will not share the knowledge with anybody. Now everything is the internet. Gayatri Mantra cannot be chanted by Sri Shudra. And 100,000 times all over the internet and all over the media, Anuradha Padwal's Gayatri Mantra chanting. With a vengeance, Lord wanted a woman to chant this. So everything is free. The greatest advantage of the modern times, which Vivekananda said, those days, 100 years ago, knowledge has become free, knowledge has become unshackled. This is the modern technology. Let us take advantage of all this. So who is the Avatara? He is Muktidata. He liberates you from the bondage. He is Kapala Mochana. Sri Ramakrishna suddenly once said about himself, Ami Farashdanga, Ami Kapal Mochan. You know what is Farashdanga? Farash means French. In Bengali, Farashi means a French person. There is a French colony in Chandannagar and Pondicherry in the south. The French colony, British laws would not apply there. That's why Sri Aurobindo ran away to Pondicherry. And in Chandannagar, near Belur, that region is fully French colony. It used to be. So many of them fluently speak French now. One of the Chandannagar Bengali person who used to come and teach. Come on, teach us French. So there, the British laws will not work. I am a Farashdanga. That means, if you come to me, none of the laws of the ordinary world will touch you. The laws of Yama, you know Yama? God of death, the frightening look with a huge mustache. I don't know whether he had mustache. The pictures we say. And with a black buffalo, it comes under the noose and looks for people. When you take refuge in Avatara, nobody can touch you. Chandrasekhara, Chandrasekhara, Chandrasekhara Pahimam. Chandrasekhara, Chandrasekhara, Chandrasekhara Rakshamam. Chandrasekhara Mashraye Mama Kinkaroti Vayyamaha. I have taken refuge in Shiva, Mrityunjaya. What can Yama do to me? As children, beautiful films used to be shown to us. And Yama is coming, he is a Chiranjeevi, Markandeya. The Markandeya Stotra. And Yama is coming to take him away. His Ayu is complete. He comes and catches hold of the Shivalinga and says he has come. Then Shiva with the Trishula comes, chases Yama. Yama throws his noose and his buffalo and then runs for his life. That impression is so strong in us. Take refuge in the Avatara, nobody can touch you. Once Holy Mother said, even Vidhi, even fate cannot touch my children. What? What can anybody do to you? You have come to me. Nobody can touch you. Ami Parashdanga, Ami Kapala Mochana. Kapala Mochana means in our Kapala we say, so many things are written. Now they say from the skull, so many intricate joints are there. Maybe those are the Kapala. Brahma is supposed to write something in your Kapala. The moment you are born, it will slowly unfurl. But the moment you come to Parashdanga, the French colony, all Brahma's jurisdiction is gone. Shiva's jurisdiction in Kashi. Kashi, nobody can touch you. That's what we believe. Moksha, Vimukti Kshetra. Shiva takes care of everything. And now the latest Kashi is Belur Math and all the centers of Ramakrishna order. Don't think Belur Math alone. By Belur Math is meant all the centers of Ramakrishna Math and Ramakrishna Mission and all the centers which are not officially affiliated, but where devotees worship Ramakrishna, where they sing Khandana Bhava Vandana Jaga Vandana Vandito Mai, there Ramakrishna's presence is felt. He is seen there. Holy Mother said, Chayar Kaya. Wherever his photographs is kept, his worship, there he is visibly present there. So we are totally free from the influence of the gods and goddesses of Brahma, whoever. Remember, all these gods and goddesses, Brahma, Yama, all these are all under the Parameshvara. What can these gods do to us? We are directly under Parameshvara. Particularly they say sannyasins, when they take sannyasa, you are freed from all bondage. There is an interesting story which I attempted to tell you. The story is, Swami Ranganathanji, joined the order as a brahmachari at a very young age, 17 or 18. He didn't want to study much, but self-study, he mastered everything. So his parents were so unhappy, they were chasing him continuously, asking so many people, astrologers, will he come back and all that, even after sannyasa. After sannyasa, they heard they took sannyasas, they were trying and trying, they could not succeed. Then they went to a very great astrologer, he was supposed to be most famous. He took his horoscope, said, see, this boy has left a young age, I hear he has taken sannyasa, will he come back? That great astrologer took it and threw it away. What? Mrita Vyakti horoscope karani ashchan. Why do you bring a horoscope of a dead person? He's dead. When you take sannyasa, you are dead to the world. Before sannyasa, we do shraddha. If your parents, if they are dead, if they are alive, the pinda is deposited with Gaya Vishnu. When I took sannyasa, my parents were alive, so I deposited with Gaya Vishnu. When parents ultimately died, Gaya Vishnu will do shraddha for them. And therefore they will be liberated. That's a belief. And everybody go on. And people who have died in accidents, people who died in earthquakes, people who died in wars, for all of the known, unknown people, for everybody I am offering pinda. And it's a beautiful long mantra for the mother. Matrapindam dadam yaham. Such a touching mantra. Oh mother, you carried me in my womb. For 10 months you did so much for me. Only for the sake of God I came away from you. I didn't do my duty to you. Please pardon me. And I'm offering this pinda. So, sannyasin is supposed to be dead. And who will do pinda to the sannyasin? We are also born in a body. Some samskaras are necessary for the body. We have no children. So who will do pinda for me? So what is done is, we do Atma Shraddha. We do Shraddha for ourselves while alive. And that Shraddha is deposited to Gaya Vishnu. When I die, Gaya Vishnu will do the pinda, I will be liberated. Called Atma Shraddha. So a sannyasin is supposed to be a dead person. Before sannyasa ceremony, the previous day Atmashraddha is done. By some mistake, for God forbid, if sannyasa doesn't take place, this fellow is supposed to be a bhuta. So after Atmashraddha, we are not allowed in the Garbhagriha in the temple. We are not allowed to sit in the general pangat because you are now bhutas. It happened, I heard, in one case, for some reason he could not get sannyasa. Shraddha is already done, Atmashraddha. So he was asked to go somewhere in Kashi, stay completely incognito, come back after 1 year. Why I am saying this? Such great truths are there in scripture. So the easiest way to get mukti, moksha, etc., go to the Avatara and cry. Mukti data. So the verses from the Bhagavad Gita. Brahma bhuvanan lokaha punaravartinurjuna Mamapetyada kaunteya punarjanmana vidyate 8.16, 8th chapter, 16th shloka. Brahma bhuvanan lokaha. It's called upasarga a. It's a double-edged sword, cuts both ways. A means including as well as excluding. Maryada and abhividhi in Sanskrit grammar. Brahma bhuvanan loka, Brahmaloka, including Brahmaloka or excluding Brahmaloka. The Bhashyakara, Bhagavan Shankaracharya, interprets this including Brahmaloka. Even if you reach Brahmaloka, there is no escape unless your desires and your vasana and kamana get completely eradicated. Ramanuja says Brahmaloka itself is a large Vaikuntha Loka. Once you go there, no more coming back. And there's another theory. Even if you come back, you can't come back beyond a particular loka, not up the Mrtya loka, etc. So, Punaravartina Arjuna, even people who go to Brahma loka may come back, but a person who comes to me, Tadhama Paramam Mama, that is a supreme Dhama. When incarnation comes, Swami Sharadananda explains, a new loka is created. Vaikuntha, your Ishtadevata is Narayana. Where do you meet him? You go to Vaikuntha and you meet him. It's called Hiranyagarbha Loka, Satya Loka. You have the idea of the Sapta Lokas. Bhur, Bhuvaswa, Mahajana, Tapa, Satyam. Sapta Lokas. The ultimate Lokas are Satya Loka, Hiranyagarbha Loka. So you go there, everything is luminous. If you are a follower of Narayana, as Ishtadevata, you'll go to Vaikuntha. If you are a devotee of Shiva, you go to Kailasha. And every incarnation creates a new loka. And the Krishna Bhaktas talk about the Goloka Dhama. It is eternal. Chinmayi Shyam, Chinmayi Dham, they say. Goloka is eternally existing. And the Chaitanya Bhagavata and Chaitanya Charitamrita and the followers of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu feel Chaitanya has created one loka. If we go to him, he is eternally living there. And every day, even now, he is performing his own Leela. Adyapi Leela Kore Gorarai. Gorarai is doing Leela even now. Kono kono Bhagavane dekhite pai. Very rarely some great blessed people are able to see. In Vrindavan they say, every night Rasa Leela is being performed by Sri Krishna. People can even hear noises, people can hear the jingling of bells. So many people say this. So the faith says, whenever incarnation comes, they create a loka. Ramakrishna has created a loka called Ramakrishna Loka. If people do not want to go beyond Ramakrishna Loka and merge in Brahman, you can live in the Ramakrishna Loka. Who will all be there? Ramakrishna, of course, will be there. Sharada Devi may be there because she said, even if you cut me to pieces, I am not coming back. Narayan, of course, is not there. He will be Saptarsha Mandala somewhere. Ramakrishna, accompanied by Rakhal. This is my belief. Rakhal will be running around here and there because everybody is in the other loka. Narayan was brought down from the Saptarsha Mandala, which Ramakrishna says, beyond even the Brahmaloka, beyond even the Devaloka, beyond every loka where name and form just doesn't exist. There, shining 7 rishis. So Ramakrishna Loka, if you go, or if you are Jnani type, Ramakrishna, I want to know your Nirguna Rupa. He is Nirguna. Niranjana Nara Rupa Dhara Nirguna Gunama. You want the Nirguna Ramakrishna, go beyond the Ramakrishna Loka. But devotees, they are charmed by Ramakrishna's presence in this beauty. I don't want to go beyond this, I want to hear. Ramanuja says, who cares for anything beyond Nirguna and all that? Vaikuntha, my Sriman Narayana, Nitya Kinkaro Bhavani. I will be eternal sevak of Narayana. I will be here serving him. Even that is the greatest mukti. So they talk about so many different kinds of mukti. One mukti, living in the same loka as the Supreme Being, the Lord, is called Salokya Mukti. Same loka you stay. Then Sarupya Mukti, you have the same Rupa as the Bhagavan. Then Samipya Mukti, you live near the Lord all the time, serve Him. And ultimate Sayojya Mukti, become one with Him. And the devotee, Ramakrishna says, as Ramprasad said, I don't want to become sugar, I want to eat sugar. I want to enjoy the glory of God. Swami Brahmananda said, you fool, if you taste sugar, you will long to become sugar. You would want to be completely inseparable from Him. He is the Mukti Data. So his main purpose is to give Mukti to people, as he did in the Kalpataru day, where he said, though the Shogani Chaitanya Hok. That was a great blessing he gave us. And another blessing is gave to Hridayram Mukhopadhyay. Hridayram was pleading with him again and again. Mama, Mama, give me samadhi, give me samadhi. He said, Hare, wait, you serve me, that is enough. But he was so much insistent, he said, my richa hole hobi, if mother wills, it will happen. Then suddenly Hridayram said, I am luminous. And Ramakrishna is luminous. Everything, Ramakrishna, Ramakrishna, we are not ordinary people, we are devatas. Come on, let us preach this. He started jumping. Ramakrishna said, you fool, I am always in samadhi. With that little experience, he touched his chest to his jada hosh, become jada, inert. And he lost his samadhi. So my theories, I have so many theories, but there are no takers for my theories. Everything which is pronounced by the divine lips of Ramakrishna is a blessing. Kalpataru day, he said, Chaitanya Hok. On this day, he told Hriday Jada Ho. That blessing has come to all of us. Why? Because if you are also in Samadhi, who serves whom? Then he said, you are also in Samadhi, who will serve me? It's a great blessing to deny even Samadhi, even the spiritual realization, serve Him is a greater spiritual experience than getting immersed in Samadhi, which was the lessons Ramakrishna taught Swami Vivekananda. Vivekananda taught it to every one of us. We are being denied Samadhi and higher experiences. Don't think we are incapable. Don't think we are not sufficiently pure or sufficiently spiritual to be able to digest that. Always believe we are being denied by the Supreme Being, Sri Ramakrishna Himself, this Samadhi and higher experiences because He wants our service. If Shantatmananda had gone into Samadhi, who would have built up the Jaulangi? He said, be here, I will give you everything when you finished with this. Who said this? Sri Ramakrishna. To whom? To Narendra. You serve me, you do all this, at the end, Shop Pabe, Shop Devo. We are waiting for that. And some people like Swami Ramakrishna said, I don't want even that. You know the Ramakrishna story? Somebody told him, do you want Samadhi? That's very interesting. Then said, Maharaj, you can't serve anymore. You can't do seva. He started crying. No, I don't want Samadhi. I want to serve and serve and serve. Nitya Kinkaro Bhavani. The Visishtadvaita Vedanta, Ramanuja says, Nitya Kinkara. I want to be an eternal servant of the Lord. Serve Him and serve Him till the end of my life, even beyond. Who cares for bhakti and mukti? Swamiji says, who cares for bhakti and mukti, who cares for moksha. Be a servant of him and serve him. And whomsoever you serve, that person will have some gratefulness to you. Aha, this man has served me so much. Right from the Delhi days he chased here, now he is staying put in this jungle, doing so much. What will the Lord say? Give him the highest experience. He has served me so much, give him the highest experience. If he does not do it, he will be guilty of being ungrateful. It's not my words. Swami Atmapriyananda said this. He will be a rini, he will be a debtor. Kadangali aiduvaana. He will not be a debtor. If you do even a little for him, he will give back in plenty, he will pour. So with this fight, serve. To serve the Lord and his children is far more satisfying spiritual experience than be immersed in samadhi. Vivekananda chided Virajanidhi and others. If you care for your own moksha, you go to hell. If you care the liberation of everybody, you will have liberation this very moment. The story of Sri Ramakrishna in the Gospel. There are two people who are doing intense sadhana. Narada, the Triloka Sanchari, was coming to Vishnu. Please ask Vishnu how many more lives I have. He came back. So you have 4. 4 more lives I have. I did so much of sadhana. The other fellow, how many lives? Look at this tamarind tree. As many lives are there in the tamarind. He started jumping with joy. Even at the end of that day, he will give me samadhi. How great is his grace. The very moment he was liberated. The idea is, if you are selfish even about samadhi, my realization, my this, the moment the I enters even in spirituality, then you get caught. This is called Shorsher Madhye Bhoot. You know the story in Bengali? It's a Christian story. Ghost enters into some people. So they have to be exorcised. Ghost has to be driven out. For this they say a mustard seed, Shorshet, and then put some mantra in, with incantations, mantra puta. They throw it. So the ghost cannot bear the mantra power and has to come back. And the ghost is too clever with the half. Comes out, once again when the mustard seeds are thrown, enters the mustard seeds and re-enters. So, spiritual effort, spiritual sadhana itself becomes a great bondage because of your selfishness. I have to be liberated. That fellow, God, making me wait for 4 lives, does he not know I have done so much of sadhana? So mother said, somebody wrote to her, Mother, I am trying and trying, I am not getting anything. Mother became excited. Mother rarely gets excited. Write to him. He said, like aloo potal, some vegetables they can purchase with a price. Just because he had done some sadhana, God will come and dance before him. It will happen by his grace. Wait and wait at his door. Be completely selfless. In the meantime, what do? Serve. The present age of Ramakrishna Vivekananda is age of service. Seva dharma is the yuga dharma. You serve in whatever way possible. Swami just said, intellectually, if you are bright, serve through the intellect. If you have money, serve through the annadana. Then vidyadana, teach people. Pranadana, set up hospitals and dispensaries, serve them through giving prana. The highest jnanadana. Whatever means, by combination of all this, through bhakti, jnana, karma and yoga, go on serving. And you will suddenly realize you have got into samadhi. A time will come, we may go in for teaching, you may go for service. You suddenly feel, hey, I am become Jivan Mukta. It may happen to you. When you walk out of this Jalangi, go back, suddenly you say, hey, become Jivan Mukta. When God's grace will depend on whom, you never know. The greatest of saints he may deny, the so-called greatest of sinners he may grace this very moment. So Ramakrishna is like a child, he gives you. So believe this. Shraddhasva, Tata, Shraddhasva, Atma-Atvam, Prakrite Para, Ashtavakra. The greatest of Vedantic texts, Advaitic text says, believe this, believe this. You are that Atman beyond nature. Oh, my child, Tata, Shraddhasva, Tata Shraddhasva. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Tat Sat. Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.